then the 3 Arena gig is happening this Sunday. I think there's still tickets left. It's in the 3 Arena this Sunday with Jenny Green and the RT Concert Orchestra, which are the best orchestra in Europe, if not the world. They're so versatile and kick-ass. They're amazing. Your love's practice ever.
What's the crack? You're watching the Labtv. I am Bubba Shakespeare and we're here with the lovely Gemma Sugrue. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Sure, the finest. Can't complain.
Cool.
So, for people who don't know what you do, tell them what you do.
I'm a singing teacher and I'm a singer, and I run a school called Voiceworks Studio, which is in Cork and in Bandon and in Killarney.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a fine stretch.
Yeah. Well, it's mainly one-to-one coaching that we do, and then we do some choirs and we do musicianship for singers, but it's all singing, so it's quite specialised.
Yeah.
And we've 13 vocal coaches, and sure, everyone loves singing in Cork.
That's class. Can you begin at the beginning when it was just an idea in your head?
Yeah, so I set it up with my business partner and best friend Laoise Leahy. We set it up 5 years ago in 2011 after we ran a summer camp, which was so much fun, and we went for a few drinks, I think, after the summer camp, and said, oh my god, imagine if our life was like this every day. And we're like, oh, it'd be amazing, high fives all around all the time. And then we said maybe we could actually make this our life every day. So we said, why don't we set up a school? We just make up a school. Everybody wants a singing school, don't they?
Yeah.
That would be brilliant. And so we went online, downloaded whatever free business template was on Google, filled it out.
Wow.
Went into the bank and applied for a loan, and we only had, because it was August that we decided to do this, and you want to get going for the academic year, which starts in September. We had a month to develop a business out of thin air. But we were so blind with optimism and fun, and that we didn't even see any of the negative sides to things. And I think we were just in such great form and having so much fun that everything seemed to kind of click into place, and the universe kind of went, okay, so these girls want to do that now, right? We'll sort them out, because they're mad. And so we went and we got a building actually over across the quays there on the North Mall. It had a theatre, 100-seater theatre, a couple of rooms. We had hardly any students to start off with, and a huge loan and overheads and craziness. But we just kept sticking with the positive, and we really didn't get bogged down in any of the negative. We were having so much fun doing it, and it meant so much to us that none of that seemed to matter. And we just kept on that energy all the time, and eventually it just started panning out and it started growing, and it grew very organically. We never really put a lot into a big advertising budget or anything like that. It grew with word of mouth, and the love was there, and I think that kind of
attractive.
Yeah, it attracted people into it. And when people first came to Voiceworks, there was cups of tea and biscuits, and before there was any singing done, and there was it was all loveliness. Now it's gotten a little bit more organised and structured, but I think that's where it grew from.
That's class, because I've been watching a lot of videos recently about successful people who are doing what they like to do, and every single one of them has said the same thing.
Yeah.
Do what you love to do. If it fills your heart with joy, follow it.
Yeah.
And if anyone tells you can't do it, don't listen.
Yeah.
If you're a circle, don't let a square make you a square.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be a circle, especially if a circle is making you happy.
Yeah.
And don't worry about money, because it comes after.
It does, and it's just it's important, but it is just a consequence, and it's just to help you continue to do what you love for longer. But that's see, if you want to get good at anything, or if you want anything to be successful, you need to put hours and hours and hours and hours into it, and keep upskilling and keep getting better and refining something. And you're never going to put those hours in unless you love it and you enjoy it. If I counted up the hours that I put into Voiceworks and everything that I do, it's insane.
But you're class at it though.
But I love it. It doesn't ever feel like work. I'm just having fun every day.
That's exactly the way I feel about this.
Yeah.
It's not work, it's just fun.
So that makes perfect sense.
It's just beautiful.
And that's where we find peace as human beings. Whenever you find that thing that you're in flow with, that's when all the worries go away, and you feel centered and you feel at one with the world.
100%.
Yeah.
I used to have a gambling problem, so I used to have an issue being present.
Yeah.
And with this and with performing, And all of the things I love to do, which I'm discovering in this moment of time, is that I feel present.
Yeah.
And nothing else matters.
No, it doesn't.
All that matters is that feeling.
Yeah.
It's not monetary. It's not outer. It's just the feeling of doing something that you really love to do.
Totally.
I've always loved talking, and now I get to do it.
I know, and you don't need to be anywhere else right now. You just need to be here and doing this, and this is what you're good at, and that you find that flow, that rhythm with it that is like, oh, this feels right.
Exactly. And even, would you say to people who are doing something they don't like to do, and they have all these fears that, like, let's say someone's in a job they don't like, and they're like, I really don't want to be here. And they wake up in the morning saying to themselves, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be in this place. Right? I think they should just leave.
Yeah.
Regardless of the circumstances.
Definitely.
Just leave. Follow something that you love. Just
because
what I'm starting to learn now is you have to create the space.
Yeah.
If the space isn't there,
yes,
then what you want to attract can't come.
Absolutely, but I think a lot of that comes from self-awareness, and I think the greatest thing you can develop is your own self-awareness and ask yourself hard questions. Who am I? What do I want? Like, be really honest with yourself, because a lot of the time we're not honest with ourselves. And I think my mission in life is to, and I still feel like I've loads to know about myself and uncover and develop and grow, and that's what's fun. It's the whole journey of that. But I would say to people who are doing something that they don't like to do, they need to develop their own self-awareness more.
It's very important too.
Yeah.
Self-awareness has brought me to where I am.
Yeah.
To be in a place where nothing really bothers me anymore. Even criticism.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me at all.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's so fun because you get to learn. You're like, oh my god, something to learn. Yes, tell me. What? Go on.
But not even constructive. I mean negative.
Oh yeah.
Just criticism that's thrown at you. You didn't even ask for.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait, and ask for that. But okay, I see your point.
Yeah, totally. But there's something to learn from all of those situations, or learn about people, or learn about the social interaction of how to deal with something that's like that.
There's one thing I have to say as well, though. Anytime I hear anything that you do with the kids.
Yeah.
It's so on point, and the harmonies are beautiful.
Really?
Yeah. Oh God, I love it so much.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime I hear it, I'm like, oh my, I just want to be in it.
Yeah.
I want to be in that. I want to be a harmony every time I hear it.
I know. Or that the Cork Pride gig that we did in Fitzgerald's Park with you was like my favourite gig. It was so brilliant.
It was good crack, wasn't it?
What a dream team! Like, you were amazing.
Every single singer. You know, I never get nervous about singing because everyone was so good. I was like, I actually got a bit nervous today.
No, I get nervous at them. I'm like, when I have so many amazing students, I'm like, I'm not singing anymore. This is
How do you get
ridiculous.
Nervous? Holy God.
No, oh my God, all the time. I'm like, so nervous. And it's more pressure because I'm a vocal coach. So I'm like telling everyone how to do everything. And that doesn't necessarily mean that everything about my voice is on point. Like, I literally just had a Skype lesson before I came to this interview.
Really?
With a guy in the UK, yeah, Chris Johnson. He's amazing. If anyone wants to look him up.
But that's a fine example, though, of even when you're successful and you're doing what you love to do, you still have to work on it.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Like, that's the fun. That's the best thing. That's like my number one thing to do is learn. Every day. Like, if I haven't learned something, the day has been a bit of a waste.
I'm the exact same.
Yeah.
I need to learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I'm always looking at videos to learn from other people.
Yeah.
Or looking at the stuff I've done myself.
Yeah.
Some people would think, oh, you're vain looking at yourself.
Oh no, you've got to.
I'm looking to see the faults.
How can we get better? How can we improve? What do I like and what do I not like?
Also looking for the positive.
Yeah. So you're like, I'll keep that. Won't do that again. That didn't work. I'll try something else.
And it's important as well to pat yourself on the back for the positives.
Yeah.
Because it's not a bad thing to say to yourself, you're good at that actually.
Yeah.
Because you have to celebrate that the same way you would look at the negative and get rid of it.
Yeah. I feel though in Cork, and I don't know, is it a Cork thing? And like, you're from Limerick, I'm from Kerry. And I think Cork people celebrate each other really well. I feel like I'm always getting support and celebration from people about achievements and stuff. That I feel like they've kind of taken care of that for me. I'm like, okay, I need to like hone in on what I need to sort out. But I think that's such a brilliant attribute of the community here in Cork, and I really noticed it after Jazz Weekend, the amount of like people, the people who, most of my audience at my gigs at Jazz Weekend were other musicians and singers, and all of the positive feedback and reaching out and messages and hugs that were from all the singers. I can't find any competitiveness, or it's all love. Like,
It doesn't exist. Someone else told me that as well recently. I actually think it was Actor was saying.
Yeah.
Because, in Cork, it's very supportive.
It's unreal.
Nobody wants to knock you down. Like.
No, but see, the Cork thing is that Cork is great. And if you're great, that makes them great.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So it's like,
you're at Cork now.
Yeah. So that kind of like, it's kind of like, the tide rises all ships. So when you're good, it makes everyone else good, and everything keeps getting better.
I bet it's the image of Cork. If you're good. And they love that. Like,
it's so
on,
lovely.
Cork.
Yeah, go on, Cork.
You're from Cork now, babe.
I know all my family from Kerry would be cringing at that now. Sorry.
Yeah, but Cork is class.
Cork
If you
is
haven't
class.
came to Cork yet, you should definitely.
It's
There's something happening. I heard as well that Cork is the root chakra of Ireland.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Ger Banks saying something about Ireland or Cork being the root chakra.
Yeah.
And that's why everyone here feels more rooted, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it does feel like there's something special happening in the city.
Totally.
There's more cool little arty coffee shops opening up.
Yeah.
Deeper conversations being had.
Yeah.
When I go out sometimes, right, I like to listen to what people are talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing a lot more of self-awareness.
Really?
Oh, 100% like.
But it's weird. I mean, kids in school now are definitely getting exposed to all that stuff a lot more, and there's meditation and there's yoga, and like we didn't have any of that in school. And my God, if I had TED Talks back when I was in secondary school,
Same here, I'd have no problems.
my life would have been totally different.
I went through a whole stint of learning about body language.
Yeah.
So I could deduce from people around me what they were going to do to me next. I used to get a lot of hidings, like.
Okay.
And I used to be trying to figure out, like, how do I deduce? How do I figure out what's going to happen, like?
Right.
And I was like, okay, first of all, I need to figure out why people do the things that they do.
Yeah.
So, okay, first I look at body language. If
Yeah.
I can figure out body language, I can tell what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use body language as well to be smoother with women when I was younger.
Yeah.
And that was just opened the whole door. Started with
Yeah.
body language, then it went to other things, and now it's more of just looking at myself personally.
And this is when you were a teenager. That's a very emotionally intelligent thing to do as a teenage boy.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
I had a moment.
Play.
I was getting a hiding
Yeah.
off a group of lads, and I had just a lucky moment of
Yeah.
something popped into my head where it was like, I feel sorry for the guys up there. What's wrong with them? Because I'd be their best friend if they wanted me to be. I'd be nice to them, and I'm kind. So
Yeah.
why are they doing this to me of all people?
Yeah.
I didn't ask them to do this. So what's wrong with them on the inside if they're missing the point of who I actually am as a person? And I stood up and I actually felt sorry for them. I didn't feel any sorry.
Of course.
I didn't feel sorry for myself. Like, we shared a silent moment too, which was kind of, they were looking at me like, you're not reacting the way you should.
Yeah.
I was just looking at
going
them like,
according to plan.
sorry lads, see you later.
Yeah.
And that was my first insight of, wow, you can always think your way out of trouble.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the other perspective, and there's a different perspective from everyone, and everyone has a different history, and there's a different chain of events that have led up to that moment of those three people.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever many people.
Do you ever have these moments on the street when you're walking and you go, why did I see that person now? I wonder, is it significant? You're walking, you're like trying to link. Sometimes I'll be walking trying to link things like,
Yeah.
why does this person walk past me every day?
Yeah.
Or why does this person walk past me every day?
Or why am I noticing that person?
Oh, even that. Oh God, it's a rabbit hole, isn't it?
Yeah, because the way when say if you're buying a new car or something, all you'll see on the road is that car that you want to buy. It's just all you see. And it's the same, whatever way your brain is tuned, it'll just start picking out what you want to see. We filter through so much stuff, and if you kind of go, what are my filters?
Oh my God! And then if you figure out what your filters are, you can see how you're actually perceiving
and
the
then
world.
if you can program and control your filters, that's when you get into neuro-linguistic programming, and you get really.
I feel like that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Because my room is full of quotes.
Oh yeah.
And
That's totally programming your brain. It's brilliant.
full of affirmations.
Yeah.
So in the morning I wake up, I read the entire room
Cool.
and tell myself, this is what I am now.
Yeah.
You're not what you are. This is what you are.
Yeah.
There's one of my favourite quotes, right? It's one of the first ones to go on my wall. was talking to this woman in a coffee shop, and she was telling me she was traveling. And I said, "Did you find yourself when you were traveling?" She goes, "No, you don't find yourself, you create yourself."
Yeah.
It's like, oh damn, that's going on my wall. Ever since that day, I was like, okay, I'm creating myself.
So were you like collecting these quotes from life and cool?
From life, and just going into my room saying, I need to find something.
Yeah.
And then just look.
And then, like, what I do, sometimes if I'm very nervous before a gig, I'll do something called emotional freedom technique, which is tapping on your acupuncture points.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got this from a lady called Nasa de Broad, actually, who did a session with me. She's in Cork and she's wonderful. And then I'll affirm positive beliefs about myself, and I just kind of keep reiterating them to myself. And it changes my physiology, it changes my kind of how I feel about myself going on stage. And I say, like, you know, I'm going to make sure that I engage with everyone, that I make eye contact with people, that I'm going to do this, that and the other, and I'm going to really enjoy myself. I'm going to have a great night. It's going to be a great gig. And I plan and program all of that into my mind so that when I get on stage, I'm really kind of coordinated about everything, and not like in a contrived way, but like
it's a conscious effort.
Yeah, I'm more conscious in the moment, and I'm making sure that I take on board those things, and I do, because I hate when a gig goes by and I'm like, oh, I didn't make eye contact with anyone, or I didn't engage the band, or I didn't do this, that, and I'm like, oh, it's because I was I was in my head too much and I wasn't in the moment.
I used to do that at the start when I started first, about 15 minutes before I had to go on.
Yeah.
At the start, I was kind of afraid.
Yeah.
Like, that fear has totally disappeared now. But I used to go into the toilet, put my hands up in the air, because I read that when you have your hands up in the air,
An alpha kind of thing.
if you win,
Yeah.
that's your automatic response.
Yeah.
So you feel connected. So if
Yeah.
you do that, you're feeling powerful and connected. So I used to do that, and I used to tell myself, I am charismatic, I'm calm, I'm confident. I'm charismatic, I'm calm, I'm confident.
Cool.
And then all of a sudden, after doing it for so many lengths of time,
Yeah.
you don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Just going, there we go.
Amazing.
And then after doing it so much on stage,
Yeah.
after practicing it, it transcended into life.
Brilliant.
Did you find that yourself?
Yeah, I do. I find that when I have more performance stuff going on, I'm kind of, you're in this kind of generous performance mode. So in life, every time I go to the shop, I'm like chatting and engaging everyone, and I'm smiling at everyone, and I'm like, okay, Jim, you're not on stage right now. Just, you can tone it back. And I forget that I am kind of introverted normally, but like, I think the more I perform, the more extrovert comes out in me, and that seeps into everything else as well.
I think we have a great quote there.
Yeah.
That we could make one up.
Okay.
Life is a stage, so perform.
It is, yeah.
Going into the shop, perform for the guy behind the counter.
Yeah.
Because he could be dealing with people all day who aren't performing for him, and
Yeah.
he could be bored.
But it's also okay to be introverted too.
Well, it is, but I'm
Because
saying
I think the
this
world,
is fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For me, anyway, I find it really fun.
Oh, me too. And you should embrace whatever your setting is. But I think the world can be hard on people who are introverted, and they're not allowed to be introverted sometimes, and they're not allowed to be. So, like, say if you meet someone who, what I try to do if I meet someone who is shy or introverted, I try and mirror that. So I'll try and kind of get with their energy, or because that can be kind of, I just remember teaching students, and I'd be like, hi, come on in, oh, and they're like, oh, this is too much, I'm a teenage boy, make her go away,
Leave me alone. Stop being happy.
yeah. So you try and like go down to and like talk down there with them, and but
How are you?
I've got a good man voice, haven't I?
You do.
Thank you.
That's very interesting you said that, because I recently learned about that as well.
Yeah.
About when someone is down or out and they're coming at you. True experience too. First thing what happened, right, one day I was angry and my friend was annoyingly positive but not listening to what I was saying. And
Oh yeah.
no, positivity is great,
Yes.
but when you're angry about something,
Yeah.
what you're saying is right.
Yeah.
You should be allowed to be.
Yeah.
You should be allowed to explore it
Yeah.
and then turn it into something better.
Totally. So then if the other person is really listening and really being intuitive, they'll get with that, and they'll kind of tune into that better.
Exactly.
As opposed to going, oh, come on, just go for it, just do it, let's go. And you're like, no, that's not how I'm feeling right
I can't do it now, yeah. I ended up having to give him advice.
Yeah.
So I was annoyed.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, don't be annoyed, that's not who you are. I was like,
Right now it is.
look, I see you want to give me some advice,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it,
Yeah.
but I'm annoyed right now.
Yeah.
So you should say, oh, that's awful, or that's fucking shit,
Yeah.
and then give me advice,
Yeah.
because I'd be more inclined to listen to you then.
True.
And that's when I learned, oh wow, actually that's what you're supposed to do. It's empathy rather than sympathy.
Yeah.
You empathize with their emotional state
Yeah.
and go with it. So I started practicing,
Yeah.
and then all these people that I kept meeting, I was like, okay, if someone is down and out now, I'm going to practice this. And I met someone who was in a low energy and they had a bad day. I was like, okay. So they're like, oh, I just feel bad. I was like, oh, that's not nice. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you're there.
Yeah.
And then they opened up.
They do.
So tell us about
Yeah.
the experience with Jenny Green.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That looked class.
What am I going to do?
That looked unreal.
It's so, well, yeah, so we did Electric Picnic and it was amazing. But before Electric Picnic, I was kind of chill before it. I was like, oh, you know, hopefully we'll get a couple of thousand, I don't know what it'll be like, or, you know, hopefully it's not just a couple of 100. And then it was like 11,000 or something were in the tent, and there was people outside of the tent, and it was insanity. It was just such a buzz. And then there was all the hype after it, and there was stuff going up on the internet, and it was mad. And then the 3 Arena gig is happening this Sunday. I think there's still tickets left. It's in the 3 Arena this Sunday with Jenny Green and the RT Concert Orchestra, which are the best orchestra in Europe, if not the world. They're so versatile and kick-ass. They're amazing. Jenny is unbelievable, such a gorgeous girl, amazing DJ, and like, it's an amazing combination. But I'm the singer, and I'm the only singer, which is a lot of pressure.
How long is the show?
It's an hour and a half.
And you're singing every song?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of instrumentals, but there's, it's mainly vocal tracks.
What kind of songs can people expect?
So we're doing Show Me Love, Robin S, Rhythm is a Dancer, they're doing Faithless Insomnia, Everybody's Free, loads of just the classic 90s bangers with the full orchestra, and the arrangements are sensational from the best music arrangers that Ireland is just amazing for producing incredible talent. So Brian Byrne, Andrew Cotty and Michael Carney, and they put together beautiful arrangements for the orchestra with Jenny on the decks doing the tracks, and it's just...
It looks class. It looks absolutely class. I mean, it must be unbelievable to be able to perform.
Such a dream gig. Oh my god, total dream gig, and I just can't believe it even exists as a gig. But I am feeling the pressure of this Sunday. Like, I'm feeling, because it's like Electric Picnic was the best thing. Did you miss it? Oh, I can't believe you missed it. Then all those people are going. It's going to be brilliant, but I'm like...
Just a little pensive.
Yeah, so I've had a couple of anxiety dreams this week, where the conductor... The conductor was in my bedroom this morning, and he was like, so Gemma, you missed the gig, it was on today and you're after sleeping through it, but it was all fine, it's all fine, don't worry, go back to sleep. And I was like, so I had loads of those dreams.
No.
No.
It's unreal. Gemma, thank you for coming. This has been an unbelievable flow.
Thanks, Charlie.
You're class.
Thank you.
Any message for the people now before we go?
I think if you're going to develop anything, develop your self-awareness, find out who you are before anything else, and find your path in life and enjoy the journey. It's all about the journey and the people around you.
You're class. And if you can vibrate in the green emotions, vibrate in them, or figure out how to do it if you can't. And if you don't know what the green emotions are, just Google emotions, law of attraction, and figure it out. This.
Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out, before they turn the lights out.